Recently, a student of mine designed and is almost finished constructing this lamp base. It's exemplary in almost every respect. However, as luck would have it, only after they had cut and attached the feet to the underside of the base did we learn that not all the feet were cut to the same height, and consequently, the lamp base now wobbles. The good news is that this problem is easily remedied. By sanding one or both of the longer feet, we can eliminate the wobble. This problem is also preventable. In a moment, I'm going to share with you a preferred method for cutting these components that consistently produces the intended result. Jigs and fixtures play an important role in the process of woodworking. They're a great example of the bottoms-up approach woodworkers employ to solve problems they encounter. In this case, we want to ensure that all of the feet we cut for our base are of the same dimension. Whenever you have a project that requires you to cut more than one component of the same size, it's important to set up a system to expedite that process. You want to speed up production, improve accuracy, and ensure repeatability. In other words, we want to get the same result every time we cut that foot. To do this, we're going to use a miter box saw in conjunction with a stop block. Begin by placing a support block underneath the saw blade. Next, find a scrap of the same wood that you're going to use to cut your feet. In this case, the scrap is going to be used as a spacer block. We'll saddle it up tight against the saw blade, and then we'll take our stop block, placing it tight to the table, tight to the back of the fence, and slide it on down until it's tight to the spacer block. We'll secure our stop block in place using a bar clamp. Notice I'm going to place the handle on the far side of the saw behind the fence so that it doesn't bust my knuckles when I go to cut the feet. And the final tightening with the screw. Next, I'll remove my spacer block, allowing room to cut my first foot. I'll place the stock tight down to the table of the saw, tight to the back of the fence. I'll lift up the saw blade slightly, sliding it over to the stop block. I could clamp my stock tight to the back of the fence. In this case, I'm going to hold it firmly, and I'm going to use a really light and fast pressure to cut the first foot for my project. I'll repeat this process 3 more times. In the next video, I'll walk you through the steps necessary to install these components.